Yo YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite, and we are back with another video, guys. Today we're finally doing the long-awaited Q&A video. I've been waiting to make it happen. I'm excited to finally do it tonight. Like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow for New Orleans, so I'm excited to put it out Wednesday, flying, traveling Thursday, then working Friday, Saturday, and enjoying Championship Sunday. So I'm excited, looking forward to it. Also with the NFL playoffs this weekend, it's about to be a really, really fun weekend, and I'm really as excited as I possibly could be. It's been great seeing your guys' responses to the New Orleans. I really enjoyed making that video, and it's been awesome to have all the replies, and a lot of you guys have a lot of different opinions on what's going to happen in New Orleans, so I can't wait to see what happens this weekend. So without further ado, let's finally get into the questions. I've been waiting to do this. This is kind of like a 2,000 some subscriber special. I've just been really excited about the channel. It's been so fun seeing so many new people around the channel. And thanks to everybody who submitted questions already, and I definitely will be thanking you throughout the video, so let's get right into it. So to kick it off, Liam Black asks, favorite Call of Duty and why? So really, from the start, I didn't play Call of Duty much until 2012. My parents were pretty strict about it. I'm the oldest kid, so I didn't have any brothers who already had Call of Duty or whatnot because I was the oldest kid. So it wasn't until Black Ops 2 that I actually owned a Call of Duty. Of course, I had gone over to my friend's house, played some MW2, MW3 at friends' houses, but I had never actually owned a first-person shooter. The only shooter I'd ever even played before that was a third-person shooter, which was Uncharted 3, and let me tell you right now, I was freaking amazing at it. But that is completely aside from the point. I went into Black Ops 2 with basically no Call of Duty experience. I had barely ever played multiplayer, and it honestly got me pretty excited about it because one of my friends who had an MW2, MW3, who wasn't too bad at it, we played together for the first time on like the day after Christmas, back in like what, 2012 or something like that, when Black Ops 2 was out. And I was playing really well. I was actually playing better than him. I had over a 1 KD in all my first games I ever had of Black Ops 2. I know for a fact that a lot of you guys started playing Call of Duty back on World of War, at least MW2, MW3, leading up to Black Ops 2. And so I really hopped on the bandwagon late, but I fell into love with Call of Duty right off the bat. This kind of leads to the next question because Fred Wyatt asked, who is your favorite pro team? That was on Twitter. Shout out to anybody who's using Twitter because you're the real G's. But as you guys probably can tell, I use all their gameplays. I talk about them a lot. They're a great team, and they're in a lot of my thumbnails, but it's Optic Gaming. They've been my favorite all the way since Black Ops 2, since I started. And honestly, it all stems back to YouTube. So in 2012, I wanted to get better at Call of Duty, and so I went to YouTube and found Drifter. And from Drifter, I found Nadeshot, and I freaking love Nadeshot. I love everything about his channel. I still follow him now, and I really started following Optic right before Scumpy got picked up. And so once Scumpy was picked up, it was kind of that whole brother thing, Nade and Scump, and that duo was really fun to watch, and that whole team was really fun to watch. Going from Black Ops 2's roster to then Ghost roster with Clay and J-Cap and Proof and everybody who's on that team, and then, you know, moving forward, the evolution of the roster has been really fun to watch, and I still am a fan today. So I'm rooting for him this weekend, even though I did not pick him to win. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not crazy. I just think they're a really fun team to watch. They got a lot of really fun personalities, and I've been following them for a long time, so they're my guys. So the next question is Topaz Sauce asking, what role do you run best? This is kind of interesting for me because for those of you that don't know, like the group that I play with, 8 or 9 of us that play all competitive Call of Duty, and the issue is it kind of ranges from how dedicated all of us are. There's a handful of us that are really dedicated to it and want to play a lot, and there's some that don't play as much. I'll talk more about how seriously I take it in a few questions, but when it comes to like what role I actually run best, I've had a lot of experience running a lot of different types of roles because of the interchanging of rosters and like who I play with and all that time. So I would say I probably run the Slayer role best, but I'm really not too bad at OBJ or anchoring. So I kind of get all 3 roles. I would say Slayer's my best one though. Now this is a great question. Slow Cheetah asks, what pro player in Call of Duty would you compare most to Tom Brady? And thanks for the question, Slow Cheetah. Okay, I gotta show you guys. As you guys can see, I do love me some Tom Brady. He's my favorite athlete, probably of all time. In my opinion, he's the best player of all time in NFL, and he's done a lot of great stuff in his career. So to answer your question, Slow Cheetah, the player who I think would compare to most of Tom Brady has to be somebody who's won a lot of championships, who is extremely experienced, who's a leader in game and out of game, who really is vocal, and who's still really good. And I think it has to either be then Karma or Crim. I think I would lean Crim because he has a little bit more anger and flair in him than Karma does, which is kind of like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got that flair and that anger inside of him, that fire. So I'd say Crim. Daniel asks, what are your goals for 2018? I'd have a lot of goals, but I think I'm gonna stick to YouTube specifically. One is that I really want to make sure this channel turns into a Call of Duty community that is extremely dedicated to the craft, that loves it, and that is really passionate about playing Call of Duty and playing together. And so one thing that kind of stems from that is I want to launch the Discord server for the channel, for the COD community, and really make it a place where guys can come and find teams to play with, find players to play with, play ranked, play GBs, play tournaments, play whatever it may be, and have a lot of fun in the process. And so that's one thing that I'm really excited about doing. And another goal that I don't know if it's for 2018, but it might be for 2018 to 2019, is to start a podcast. As you guys know, I have a sports channel. It's called Backseat Sports. I hope you guys know about it, but I love talking sports as well as Call of Duty. And so I'd love to do some sort of podcast that mixes sports and Call of Duty or something like that, that mixes real sports with esports. I'm not sure how that would look, but it's definitely something I'm really excited about and I'd love to do in the future. The next question is from 16 Donchino, and he asks, what is your in-depth opinion about the Call of Duty, specifically related to the swatting? That's a great question, but I mean, man, the swatting specifically, that just pissed me off. And I hate the fact that even though Call of Duty's awesome, Call of Duty's fantastic, I hate losing. I despise losing. But at the end of the day, we all have lives. We're all humans. At the end of the day, nobody wants something like that to happen. And I cannot believe that both teams went that low and that scummy to make that happen. It's just so disappointing. As a whole, I think the Call of Duty community is great. I think it's really dedicated to it. It's a grassroots type feel. When you get to the tournaments and events, it's awesome because everybody's there for one purpose, and that's for Call of Duty. And it's awesome to see everybody unite over one common interest like that. But when it comes to like the competitive aspect, people get way too sour, way too invested, and way too personal with things. And like, I mean, I'm victim to that too. I can get pissed when I play Call of Duty. It happens all the time. But like, there's definitely a line, and the line was crossed 1,000 times over when it came to the swatting. So that was terrible. So Troy Ayrton asks, I don't know if Ayrton's how you pronounce it, but we'll go with it. Troy Ayrton asks, do you plan on trying to go pro? And I mean, this is something that I thought about for a long time. I thought about this many a times in my past, but like when it comes to going pro, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made, a lot of sacrifices that have to be made. And I mean, at the end of the day, if I felt like I was in a place where I was good enough to make some noise in the open bracket, I would go pro. But at this point, I don't think I'm there yet when it comes to my gun skill, because my gun skill is straight AIDS. I can't shoot straight. It's terrible. Bro, it's like it going all over the place, man. I'm spraying even though I'm aiming down sights. It's terrible. But maybe if I could ever shoot straight, I might actually be pretty good at the game, and so maybe I would think about going pro. It's possible, but right now, unlikely. Andrew Morosicu asks, you kind of look like Jonah Hill. I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, see, you can see right here. I get it a lot. When I say a lot, it's pretty often. Like, I think I was at Dallas and 3 people asked me if all 3 of them said Jonah Hill. And then like a few weeks ago, I was talking with somebody like, dude, you look like Jonah Hill. I've gotten a few comments that I look like Jonah Hill. Honestly, I don't see it as much as other people do. I guess sure, why not? I'll agree with you. Jesus Torres asks, what is the method that you and your team use to become better as a team? Really, one of the reasons why I originally made this channel and why I wanted to do competitive tips was because I wanted to get better at competitive Call of Duty. And like, when I make those learn from the pros, it's not just you guys learning, it's really me learning a lot too. I'll rewatch that one game so many times, going through each scene over and over and like really trying to dissect what's going on, and that helps me get a lot better at the game. And I think especially in this game, it's giving me a way better grasp of how Call of Duty works, and I hope it's giving you guys a better idea of how Call of Duty works. So T-Hands asked, who is your best friend and what is your favorite thing about him? You know what, Tay? Nothing. Oh, Precise Gaming asks, are you still planning on doing the channel of the month thing? Yes, I am planning on doing the channel of the month thing. I've been pushing it back a little bit. Originally, I had said right around the beginning of January or so I would do it, but I think I pushed it back a little bit because I want to get a few more submissions. So once again, if you guys have any submissions for when it comes to channel of the month, I want to do a channel of the month, Call of Duty channel of the month specifically, probably less than 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. Give smaller channels a chance to get bigger, get some recognition, and send me any channel that you think is pretty impressive, and I want to shout them out. So, we got another question here from Small XP Lamp. Ask question. If you had to pick your favorite YouTuber that also happens to be your roommate, who would you choose and why? Well, we have a few options here. I mean, you could kind of count Jake from the Completely Sober Roommates as a YouTuber. I mean, he's in some YouTube videos. That could count. So I might lean Jake over, you know, small XP lamp. I don't know. But nonetheless, guys, I'll plug him. Pretty legit. He's got 17,500 subscribers. He does a good job for himself. His videos are really good, so check him out. And once again, Fred Wyatt also asks Sleet, also, what rank are you in ranked play? Well, right now, I'm roughly around 1900, which is like gold, almost platinum. I'm like maybe 1925 right now or something. Nothing impressive, pretty average, but you know, that's what it is. This is the final question. This is honestly a fantastic question. Killer asks Sleet, if you could be in a competitive COD team with any 3 players of your choice, who would they be? Now, this is a great question. I kind of want to go from like guys that I just like the most to have a really fun team. But if I wanted to go for like the best team to pair with my skills, that's a completely different question. Honestly, it'd probably be, okay, it has to be Scump first of all, and then probably Clayster, and then honestly Apathy. Those 3 guys are awesome. I've been following them for a long time, and they're hilarious dudes. Definitely respect those guys, and I think they'd be awesome teammates. I don't know how good we'd be. Probably pretty trash. I'd be carried every single game, but it would be freaking fun and a lot. Like, I'd be looking forward to playing every single day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I was so hyped to finally do this Q&A. It's been so overdue, and I've just been excited to finally get it out. But as always, guys, I am your boy, SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. I'm probably going to get through pretty easily. Faze has looked fantastic these last few events. They've looked great this whole year since Dallas, and they really have a lot going for them right now. And of course, TK, they've been the undisputed best team the last